What up, people? Today I'm gonna show you a fun little app. Called Kustom Widget, KWGT. Gonna do a little run through of this bad boy. Show you what it's about. This is not for everybody, but then again, it is for everybody. If you're interested in this, if you want to try this, if you think you can do this, or if you don't know anything about this and you want to learn, this will be something that you may want to watch or not. It's up to you. Widgets. Let's talk about widgets for just a second. They are these little things that you can put on your home screen, display information real quick, small amount of information, medium amount of information, whatever. Here is the custom widget. You can do sizes of 1 by 1, 2 by 2, 2 by 4, 4 by 4, 4 by 2, 4 by 1, and you can make custom widget actions, which that one is new. I have not tried that. I do not know what that does. We may explore that on the next one. But today we're going to just look at the 4 by 1 widget, which is what I have set up and built. It is a almost carbon copy with a little bit of an extra touch to the Pixel widget that Google came out with, and that is built into Nova Launcher. If you're not using Nova Launcher, I highly suggest it. It's highly customizable. You can do whatever, but that's not what we're looking at today. So to get started, what you would do, you would click on this or long press your home screen, however your launcher is set up to add a widget. You would go to it, you would go in, and you would add the widget by long pressing it. If you try to go in to the app by clicking on it through your app drawer, if you try to go into it that way without adding it onto your home screen first, it will not let you. It'll tell you to add a widget first, then you will be able to go in. So we will go into it. You can get to it by actually clicking on the widget. There are hotspots on this widget. What I call hotspots, what the app calls touch, of course. I can go to Google. I can refresh the weather just by clicking on that icon, and that's all the touch that I've set up because I don't need a whole lot of stuff to touch on up there, and accidentally touching stuff and going here and going there and causing this app to wake up and that app to wake up. I don't care for all that. As you can see, I've got greenify going on here. This screen recorder will shut off at 4:01, but you can get into it this way. Now, what you can do in this is you can create almost anything that you want. You can create any type of setup. You can create all types of I'll just show you. You can create all types of weather widgets, clocks, music players. You can do zodiac. You can do astronomical alignments, whatever. But it's not limited to that. There are also things that you can go on to Google Play and download widgets that people have built. And I'm not for sure if that takes the pro version, but I do know that I'm running the free version, as you can see up at the top. If I export this widget, I can't load it, or I can share it, but in order to be able to load this specific widget, you would have to have the pro version in order to load it if I were to share it. So that's a downside, but you know, these guys work hard on this stuff. They got to make the money some kind of way. They're not going to sit here and do it for free. Basically what I've done here is I have gone in and added a shape, manipulated the shape, as you can see. Can't zoom in, but added these shapes in to be able to emulate what Google's widget looks like. It's not an exact match, but I didn't want an exact match. That's why I made my own. Plus mine does some extra little cool things that I'll show you here in just a second. But you can add whatever you want, any kind of information you want, almost any kind of information you want. Now, the thing about this is there is a learning curve to it. It is somewhat complicated to grasp at first if you don't know what's going on, if you've never done this before. But for those of you that are well versed in Android or, you know, tech savvy, whatever, you probably will catch on fairly quickly. Now, one of the cool things about this is that I can turn on the mobile data. If I turn on the mobile data, the 4G LTE signal or sign that you just saw pop up right there is dynamic in that if I turn on my Wi-Fi, it will go away and give me this information. Now, I've chosen to add the IP address over there. If you want to attack and hack, go right ahead. You ain't gonna get nothing. But I've added this in because I want to be able to see what network I'm connected to. The numbers next to the network are, I forgot what they are. Let's look. The network's Wi-Fi raw speed, or speed, not the raw speed, because here's where you get most of your data from, where you will get your information from in the form of a expression. And as you can see, my Wi-Fi speed in megabits is 72, and I just added the little n exponent notation there just for look. It doesn't serve any purpose except for it's just purely cosmetic, to separate the Wi-Fi signal, WSIG. Now, when you're doing this, what you will have to do is you would have to click on the add button in the top right corner here. In the top right corner, you would click the add button, you would click text, and it will give you a text. It will always go to the bottom. If you want to change the name of it to be able to differentiate, like I have 4G LTE, static IP, CPU temp, you would click the edit button, which would let you do, you know, whatever. So we can click on that. We can change this to be whatever we want. So let's do let's see. You can do, like, I don't have any battery information on here. Let's add some battery information. Let's get a battery voltage reading in millivolts. So let's long click it to replace. It will tell you this here. If you append it, you tap to append, long click to replace. So we long clicked it, replace it. Battery information, BI. Volt is the nomenclature used for that specific function. And there we have it. Now you can upsize, you can go in increments of 1 there, or you can go in increments of 20 there. Some of them are different. Some of them go up by 10, some of them go up by 20. If you back down and you hit it, it will go up by 20 from the point you started at. So you can change the font. We'll get this little Terminator looking font right here. Let's pump it up a little bit, make it a little bigger so we can see what we're doing. Now, let's say that we wanted to change the color of it from white to red, but we want to change the color of it only when it's charging. So you can see the color here. What we would do is we would click on that, click on the calculator, and this will only change the color. This specific equation that we are fixing to do will only change the color. So we would want to do an if expression. Now once you write out your expressions, you can save them. I have some saved here. And just to show you how complex some of them can get, this is it right here. Basically saying that if my network connectivity of Wi-Fi is equal to connected, or, which is what that line right there means, the line between the quotations and the N, or network connectivity of data type 4G, if it is equal to 4G, then show this color. If not, and in any other circumstance, show this color. Basically is what it is. So we don't want to do that one per se. So let's do a brand new one. I usually do this one because it's the easiest one to start off. So what we'll have to do is reference a battery equation or battery operator. So if, let's check we want to do it when it's charging. So let's look and see if we can find something about charging. Charging. Let's do it this way. There's a couple different ways you can do this. Alright. Let's do it this way. If VI battery information current I think that's it. Yep. If battery information current is greater than 0, then do this color. If not, then let's do green. Let's do a little deeper green. So, as you can see, I am charging, as you can see up there. So it's going to be red. If I unplug it, when it updates, it should go back to green. Let's check. Check. It is green. So when we plug it in, it should turn to red. Turn to red. You saw the charging go up. Pretty cool. You can move it now. You can't touch this and move it. You must come here to position and move it on a X and Y axis basis. So you can move it right, you can move it left, down, up, go over here, go over there, whatever you want to do. It'll show you real-time information, and to show you that, and then you would want to click save if you wanted to save that. And then let's back out, look at it, and there it is up at the top. Now this whole widget, every piece of information that you see here, all the way up to everything, every piece of information you see from here, all this that I'm moving around is created by me. So if we turn the Wi-Fi off, we'll get our 4G popping up there. If we turn the 4G or the mobile data off, it's done. Nothing, but it's still grayed out. The Wi-Fi, I have it completely masked out, full opacity done. So I'm not gonna leave the battery charging stuff up there. And you are being slow, but I would just go down here. If you don't like what you wanted to do, or you think you could make it better, you could either go in and try to edit it or delete it and start over. I'm not going to keep this, so I will delete it. It's gone. Save. Done. Pretty simple if you know what you're doing, pretty difficult if you don't. Pretty easy to learn, but the math stuff gets a little crazy. I had a little trouble figuring some of it out, but I finally got used to it, got into it, and decided to do a video on it because I think a lot of people, especially Android enthusiasts, would find it helpful if they don't know about this app, or if they are looking for a widget that they would like and can't find one. You can make your own. But anyways, that's the meat and potatoes of it all. It can go a lot more in depth. It can get a lot more complicated. They do have another app called Kustom Live Wallpaper. It's basically a full screen widget, if you will, but it's a wallpaper. You can manipulate it, make it do whatever you want. You can add the custom widget in, do what you want with it, and that's it.